So what is I'm gonna go ahead and key it up here, but what is the big board in the NFL? So Eric DeCosta, the great Eric DeCosta, EDC, every dollar counts. When the Ravens have a good reputation historically for drafting players, he goes ahead and gets off what we call the big board. So that is the top 200 players in the college upcoming draft going forward. Okay. So you got the big board and you got the top 200 players in the NFL draft that you're going to go ahead and use as well. And that's what you're going to go ahead and. There you go. So the top 200 players in the NFL draft there. So what happens with the top 200 players is then you go ahead and you pick also to nod to need, nod to players that you like, nod to a lot of things. Sometimes like this, the boards you see on a program like this or something like that. The one caveat is we don't know all of the medical and all the injury issues, all the behind the scenes things that players have that would cause a team to take them off a big board, right? So, like, we know the talent, we're watching the film, a lot of us, but we don't always know what players are going to be on the board based on things we don't know. Like, great example of that last year, Mike Green taking off a lot of big boards because of his issues that he had. There you go. 2026 big board. A lot of the miscues that he had off the field, they interviewed him. He had arrested, didn't know about. He was kicked out of school, didn't know about. So stuff like that happens. But we're going to do it based on who we feel could be on the Ravens big board. Some of this, obviously, when we do things like this, predictive, but who is obviously going to be on the Ravens big board here as well. So we're going to go backwards here. Let's go down from 30 to 1 as well as far as who's going to be on the board. Some changes in the draft. Obviously, we had a couple trades, so that'll be interesting as well. We're going to talk more about the draft, obviously, as we go forward. Number 30, Ty Simpson, Alabama. Ty Simpson, I think, is the second player in the draft. I was impressed this week with Louis Riddick gave him a very good recommendation for becoming the best quarterback in the draft. Now, that's farther than I go. There is some suggestion that because of the injury, he didn't play as well in the second half. That's why he fell down early in the year. He was higher. I have him about 30. I think it's a little bit of both with Ty Simpson. I think he's a good quarterback. I do think the team will take him in round one. I don't think he is an elite quarterback. I don't think I'd be surprised. I think he kind of, to me, kind of reminds me of another former Alabama quarterback, Mac Jones. Good, but physically limited. He'd have to go to the right situation. I think that would be a good thing. So we could definitely see him do well in the draft. Casey Concepcion, I have him at 29 in the draft. Casey Concepcion, more I look at him, the more he reminds me of Zay Flowers. like his speed, he always just seems to get good separation all the time. And it's not just his great speed. I think probably the second fastest receiver, I think, in the draft. Now, a little smallish as well. That's why the Zay comparison as well. Played at Texas A&M, good conference as well. But I think this guy's pretty good. 29. I don't think he's a number one receiver right out the gate. I think, but definitely, certainly in time. C.J. Allen, inside linebacker, Georgia, as well. I think you could argue the best pure Mike in the draft as well. Pure Mike. You could say Sonny Styles. I don't have him as a true Mike, but the best pure Mike. I think this guy, this is absolutely where we're going to put him. Inside linebacker, middle linebacker, depending on what the team is. Definitely a guy. Love the way he flows to the ball. Love the way he's got good, what you call the thing, intangible football instincts. Whenever I see C.J. Allen as well. Number 28, Monroe Freeland. Now the Ravens might have a bigger offensive line need than we thought because it looks more and more like we're not going to sign Tyler Linderbaum. So that could be a thing. Monroe Freeling, number 27. I love him. I think this is quintessential left tackle. I think this guy is plug and play. You can put him in at right tackle. I do like him in the run game as well. He kind of reminds me of Roger Rosengarten a little bit as far as like that. Even more smooth than he is. Very smooth. Question the size a little bit. A little small, just a little bit. But I like it. I questioned it more when I saw it with Will Campbell last year. But I think this guy has the size and everything he needs. I think I like it a lot. I think he's a little green, so I think that's why he's a little bit lower. Kel Lamu, I think this is more the mauler. This is more of a right tackle, natural over there, number 26 as well. Absolutely, these two are going to go in the first round. Obviously, played on the other side. Spencer Fanu going to be in the top in the big board here. But Lamu, I think, pure right side guy. Pure right side guy. I think more than Freeling. You want the guy on the left side. Lamu's the guy on the right side. I think he's really good in run game. Very impressive. So I think some teams actually might even almost consider kicking him in the guard. He's so good in run game. Kel Proctor, number 25, Alabama. This guy's a $10 cab ride to get around him. I think him and Isaiah World are just huge. Proctor, I think for sure, goes in the first round as well. He's a better athlete than he looks. I think that's the thing too. I think this is why he's lower. I think somebody are going to question the athleticism because he is such a big guy, kind of like the same thing we saw a couple years ago with J.C. Lathan. But definitely the athleticism is there. Kane McDonald, one of the top tackles. Some people have him number one as far as the tackles in the draft is at Ohio State. That Ohio State defense was great, wasn't it? This is not going to be the last Ohio State guy on the big board. McDonald, I think, more of a 3 technique, though. That's probably the only reason why he's not a little bit higher. I think there's less of that. I think had he been able like a true nose or a true outside, I think that is the thing. But I definitely see he could have a Cam Hayward type career, or as far as that goes, I definitely think he's got that as well. Certainly, if he gets drafted by Pittsburgh, Baltimore, something, he can be at end, but I think he's more of a solid 3 technique. Philadelphia, I think would be a good fit for a Caden McDonald. Denzel Boston, I think sky's the limit as far as his potential. I think he's a little green, despite all of his physical attributes as well. I think he definitely needs to be coached up, but physically, maybe the best receiver of all the receivers in the draft, though. But I didn't see it on looking at him. The route running, I was a little at time, but I think like the physicality is definitely there. Hakeem Mesidor, edge, Miami, Florida, those 2 outstanding edges from Miami. What's going to work against him is his age. He's like 25, I think, 26. And he would have to come in right away and play. So I know Eric DeCosta actually looks at that, like how old a guy is in the draft. Certainly that's a thing now more with guys playing longer in college, playing graduate level, guys fighting to stay there. So I think that's going to work against him. But that's really the only thing that I have with him as well. He's really good. There as well. Peter Woods, outstanding D tackle, one of the best. I think he's really, really good. I think a lot of the Clemson guys are being slept on in this draft. Woods, the Tigers weren't as good. The film looks really good, though, as well. Maybe you were expecting a few more production, but I think he was really solid going forward. A little bit behind his teammate, TJ Parker, edge, kind of the same. Kind of not the film and kind of like he had 11 sacks the year before, and it was more respected. Tigers like around 5 this year, a little bit more respected. I think he was really good to see. I think these Clemson players are pretty good. I think the production wasn't as good as you had liked. I don't see a lot of problems with them, the NFL level. I think you're going to absolutely get great production from them as well. Ken Sadiq, only tight end we're going to have here. Colin Cowherd picked him for the Ravens. I don't know about that. I don't know about that in the first round. But whoever gets Sadiq, I think is going to get this. This is it as far as a for sure first round tight end as well. First term tight end. This guy's I'm around 19. Some people I don't have beef if I see a board a little bit higher than that. I think he's better, but he's definitely the total package is as far as that goes. Best all around talent. I think his blocking is good and his receiving is good. I think you could probably put him on any team. He's the one guy I would say like he could fit on in any team and basically start. Vega Aloni as well. I think the Ravens will absolutely be foolish not to take him if he's there at 14 as well. I think this is easy. The best guard in the draft. No question about it. So definitely, too, you're going to have a guard need. You may have a center need in this draft. So definitely, too, Aloni, I think, is definitely at 18 as well. I don't care if it's 14. This is so big. It's such a big need for them. No problem with them doing it. Jordan Tyson at 17. Little differing opinions on Tyson. Yeah, even when I put it on social media, some people were like, yeah, this is an outstanding. And then some were kind of lukewarm. I think technically wise, as far as his intelligence as a receiver, very, very impressed. He's doing stuff that only real veteran receivers do when I watch him. But physically, not great. Speed, had some injury issues. Production, outstanding. So I definitely think he's a top 10, 17 receiver. Some have him a little bit higher. I think it's going to be 17 because of the speed and the medicals. We'll see. I think he's probably better served, at least at the start, as a number 2 receiver, number 3 receiver right away. Jarrett McCoy from the Tennessee Volunteers. He's third best, I think, corner in the draft. I think he is great speed. I think great physicality as well. I think definitely too. There's about 3 of these corners that you could probably start them right away on a lot of teams, depending on where they get drafted. This is one of the 3. I think this is the third of the group here. Getting towards the top 15, Carnell Tate, Ohio State. Some have him higher. I'm not as high on Tate as some people, as good as he was. I think some of it was he had to capitalize on the other guy on the side, Jeremiah Smith. I almost feel he is saying that because it's not his concern. Hey, don't have a great receiver on the other side. I think that's some of it for me. Great hands, not tremendous breakaways. I just don't see it when I see him as open as he was in college. So it kind of be interesting to see how he does at pro level. I think he's a solid starter. I don't know about a outstanding grade breaker. I think he's the second best receiver though in the draft. I think like this is probably a safest bet if you want to go there. This guy is probably the safest bet. I'm going to get 800,000-900,000 yards out of him consistently over a course of career as long as he stays healthy, and he's probably going to stay healthy with from what we've seen. Avian Terrell, I think, is really being slept on. I think this is the best cover man-to-man corner in the draft. I don't care. I understand a lot of teams, most teams are running zone now and all that other stuff. There's still a place for that. A guy when you can put him next to a good receiver and he can just cover and play man-to-man. There's always a place for that. So definitely there's a guy that definitely you can use. Cassius Howell, number 13. Ravens would be insane to pass on this guy if they might. Hopefully Aloni and Howell will be there as well. Howell, I don't think there's anything wrong with him. I think you just got good edge rushers ahead of him. I think in another draft, I think he'd be higher. But we have really good edges in this, and he's definitely productive. He's not as quick as the other ones, like right away. I think he's more the stand-up guy. I think that's where he's better served as well. So I think that's why he's a little bit lower. But I think Howell, I think is really good. Mansour Delane, I think, is the best corner in the draft. I think he's very complete. Kind of reminds me of Christian Gonzalez. The speed is good. The physicality is good. But I think the combination is good. I think he does better than anything. I think he'll definitely have the longest career. I definitely think he's also a type guy. I could see him at safety like later in his career or something like that. Definitely to the whole, he gets it. Absolutely gets it, for lack of a better term there. Spencer Falau, I think one of the top tackles in the draft. I think definitely to plug and play right away wherever he does. I mean, you're going to start him right away. I think certainly at left or right tackle. I think he can start on either side. Certainly a right tackle right away. I think that's where he's going to play depending on where he goes. But I definitely think he could play left tackle. Footwork, probably not gorgeous. I think that's the only thing that sometimes can be a tackle, but I think everything else is good. Very, very strong at the point of attack. Fly out as well. Top 10, Caleb Banks. I have Caleb Banks in the top 10. I think he blows up everything he goes after as well. Definitely a bright light on that Florida team. Very good in Senior Bowl and camps. I put a lot of stock in this as well. Very good in the Senior Bowl and camps. I think Banks, is fantastic. I definitely think he's top 10. I only don't have him higher, honestly, because I think teams aren't going to take a tackle that high for the most part. But I think that's just the value proposition you have. Mekhi Lemon at number 9. This is the best cornerback. This is the best wide receiver, I think, in the draft. I think this is number 1. Blazing speed. He's going to run past DBs no matter how fast they are. He's about 4.3. He looks faster, 4.3 type speed. Looks faster than that. Great hands in short. He's definitely going to blow past people as well. If he's the dumbest receiver in the world, he's going to kill you in the slap as well. So I think Mekhi Lemon, number 9. Sonny Styles. The more I like him, the more I watch him, the more I like him. I think this guy is just hits with bad intentions. I think that's what I haven't heard talked about enough with Styles. He's going to hit somebody hard. Like, I know it's football, but he's going to absolutely do that. Hit somebody, and it's going to matter. Francis Malioga, best tackle, I think, in the NFL draft as well. Not body beautiful as well. I think that's a bit of a prejudice I think people have against him, why he's not even higher. I think he's still pretty high. He could go as high as 3. I think he's the 7th best player in the draft. I like him better than Will Campbell last year, than a lot of the tackles they had as well. It's a safe bet. Only way this guy isn't a 10-year offensive starter is injuries, etc. This guy, absolutely safe bet. Jeremiah Love, easy best running back, maybe the most explosive player in the draft as far as from a speed standpoint. Love as well. Only thing is wrong, kind of like the same problem that Banks have. I don't know how high teams would take a running back as well. I've seen him mocked as high as 9. If he doesn't go early, though, in that area, I think he could even dip later. I just think that's the value. He's fantastic. He's going to start right away, no matter who drafts him. Top 5. David Bailey, edge rusher, Texas Tech. This guy could be the top pick. I think he's beast and a half. Motor when we see him. Definitely a guy, absolute, moving all the time, tremendous speed. Probably, to me, best suited as a 3-4. He can play 4-3. He's going to run over whoever it is. If they get 3-4, it's almost cheating with this guy because he's gonna like a fullback trying to block him, or that's not going to work. He's going to murder you. Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza, number 4. As well. This guy's you can pretty much lock it in at number 1 as far as him getting taken in the draft. I don't think there's a change there as well. Quarterback, I think trumps all taking it in the draft. I think he's about 4th best, as good as he was. I can't put him at 1 because he's just not a boom to me. Elway, Andrew Luck for sure. I think he's solid, but not the best quarterback in draft, but for sure he can start. He's going to start for 10 years. He's going to at least be a solid quarterback as well. Ariel Reese is fantastic as well. I think he's definitely a mover as well. Question if teams will know how to use him. I don't think he can go everywhere. I do think that's going to be a thing if teams know how to use this guy as well. So I think that is going to be interesting. See if teams actually know how to use him. Avel, Caleb Downs. Downs, I think, is fantastic. Downs, I think he's probably been the guy we had at the top of the board. Probably, like, if you look at the board most of the season, a lot of people had Caleb Downs, best safety, best DB prospect in the league as well. He's fantastic. Very similar to what you're seeing a lot with Kyle Hamilton as well. I don't want the Ravens to succeed. I don't, but I'm serious. I think people think I'm kidding when I see when I say it. They will absolutely take a safety. I mean, he's too good to pass up though for a lot of teams. I mean, as well. I know safety isn't the need. John Harbaugh is absolutely going to love this guy if the Giants take him at 5. And I have Ruben Bain number 1. I think Bain is the best. Bain, I think there's no question about it to me. Best player in the draft. I thought Miami was what it was because of their edge rush. Bain, I think, is the best player, I think, in the entire draft as well. He could be slipping. I think that Smoke, whoever gets him, this guy's an all-pro forever. There you go. The draft, the big board. So there you go. So those are the top 30 players, big board. So that's kind of what it looks like in terms of a board goes, how it goes as well. We will go ahead and see how it is next week. We're going to switch gears off the draft a little bit because that's going to be free agency. Some stuff has already started to happen. We've seen the trade, Trent McDuffie trade from the Chefs to the Rams. Rams trade away a first-round pick. McDuffie, I love McDuffie. I think he's the best, corner in the entire league, you could argue, right now. Also, to Stephon Diggs. Got Diggs in the brain. Yes, well, we talk about that. Stephon Diggs, the reason why we're calling for Stephon Diggs is he was released by the Patriots. Some people say it's Cardi B's fault. I think that's not the reason. I think the reason they're releasing Diggs is because of A.J. Brown. I definitely think the Patriots are on that. And I definitely think I got to think they believe they're going to get A.J. Brown. I don't think they would have moved on if they didn't think that. Or if they don't get Brown, they have a backup plan of some other kind up their sleeve as well. DJ Moore also was traded today from the Bears, former Terp. So another former Terp. You talk about Diggs, former Terp. DJ Moore to the Buffalo Bills as well. They needed it bad. Their receiving wasn't going to work. Their receiving core, that wasn't going to get it as well. So they absolutely had to have cornerback there as well. So that was absolutely something that they had to do and get that done. So that was absolutely necessary for them. All right. So there you go. As well. So that's the big board. So definitely obviously as we go along, we're going to do more drafts in the off season, and we're going to be more happy to go there as well. One other thing real quick before we switch gears, talk a little Terps. Tyler Linderbaum, I don't see it, guys. I was just on social media with Flock Rundown, right? He was talking about he's still confident that the Ravens could sign him. I wish I was with you, really too. And I mean, because it's here now. We see moves already happening. Sunday, I think we're going to see stuff. Sunday or Monday for sure. I think the legal tampering starts Sunday. I think early Monday. You're going to start seeing stuff. So stuff's already happened. So he hasn't signed by now. And I think now, obviously, you have a clearer thing of the market. So as well. Now, could be wrong. Could happen at the last minute. I hope we're right here as well. But we could very well. The Ravens might need an entire new interior. Think of that. So guards, you need to do better, and at center.